Alright, let's see here. Get this game started. Play. Yeah, we'll play. Get up in here.
Seems to be interesting. Lady Demeter.
I don't suppose... No. It is nothing, little sprout. It's just... I hear such wicked rumors now and then about my daughter. Lost to me. And what became of her. Kore, we called her then. Persephone is what she called herself. Before she vanished utterly, leaving no trace.
Let me have it.
They place such value on familial bonds that none of them remember who I am. Do not place too much faith in that, O son of Hades.
What is going on down there, dearest? I thought for certain you would make it out, but seems that nasty place has kept you grounded, hasn't it? But don't despair, and you take heart, won't you?
I knew it.
I've got to admit, you're really frustrating, you know, Red Blood. What is it going to take to make you scream,
What, you mean to say Meg never told you? And here I thought you two were close.
Well, we'll find out. I've got plenty of ideas left I've been meaning to try.
So even Demeter's become involved in this. Didn't think she would, though you'll be glad she did. Provided you stay on her warm and fuzzy side, of course. Working on that myself.
Bye now, ladies.
Last time your father and I spoke, he told me I was all washed up. Can you believe the nerve of it, nephew? Why, he took the words right out of my mouth.
It's downright chilly up here lately, cuz. We've Demeter to thank for that. Me, I try to stay out of her way. She doesn't think I'm of much help to her. Although, I'm sure she's warm to you, at least.
Oh. Here in Elysium, you have to win this stuff. So I have rarely had occasion to enjoy it. Thanks.
I'd say you earned it more than anybody else I've seen around here lately. Though I don't make the rules.
Tell me, stranger, if it pleases you. How is it you keep running into me? I thought this the remotest corner of Elysium.
The ever-shifting chambers of the underworld leave quite a bit to chance. I took our meetings merely for coincidence.
When chance is too far-fetched to be believed, then it's the fates at play. Or something else. I don't know whether to believe you, but I know that I want you to leave me now.
Oh, you ungrateful bastard. Yes.
Thanks for this. Asterius.
Theseus.
Why, look, Asterius, the fiend returns. The rumors that he fled to haunt the surface must have been mere lies.
Well, no, in this case, those rumors must have been quite accurate. It's just I'm back. Realized I didn't want a future for myself that didn't include crushing you repeatedly like this.
Oh, such clever excuse-making from one so versed in treachery. Well, if you are indeed contained within this realm, then we shall be delighted to make sure it always stays that way. Now come and fight.
My message comes to you by riverboat this time, young Zagreus. At least that Charon is amenable to our attempts to contact you.
I don't think I'll ever get accustomed to the breeze.
She was the queen. Queen of the underworld. My queen. Commanding reverence and awe and fear. She was not just... what was the term you used? A consolation prize. You are as disrespectful to her as you are to me.
Oh, what would you even know? You claim so much respect for her, yet you didn't even respect her enough to tell her what happened after she left. But what am I saying? I know you love her still, Father. That best explains all the terrible choices you've made.
all the terrible choices I've made. By the time you have existed for as long as I have, pray you will have made fewer. Although I fear you shall surpass me in at least this one regard. Open. How is this possible? At this... Good riddance.
Bye. You can't do this to me, Mother. You said Father is no fool, and neither are you. There has to be a way to fix this. Not just with you and Father, but with everyone. There has to be a way.
You have your father's stubbornness. Listen to me. You're endangering everything you care about by coming here. Don't you understand? Besides...
What? Besides what? Tell me, please.
The truth is that I like it here, Zagreus. I've done well for myself on my own. And your father, he has his domain to look after. The feelings he once had for me, feelings we shared, they fade with time. You'll understand someday.
No, I won't be understanding anything of the sort. Father still loves you, I'm sure of it. And he owes you an apology, damn it. I cannot make amends with you on his behalf. Something only you can do together.
What do you mean he still loves me, Zagreus? How would you know?
Because... I'm his blasted son, that's how I know. But trust me isn't ever good enough, I know that too. I'll prove it to you, Mother. Just you wait and see.
Oh, you're fading, son. You don't need to prove anything to me. Please don't do anything rash. All of us made our choices. Now we have to live with them. Isn't it enough to know that I'm safe? That I'm content to be alone?
No.
No. It's not enough for me, because this blasted family, it cannot just keep hiding from its problems, running from them. We're stuck with one another. We have to do everything we can for one another.
Oh, my dear boy.
We have to.
They won't catch me sleeping on the job again.
Achilles, I need your help.
What is it, lad? What's wrong? What can I do?
Let me in Father's chambers, please.
That's high atop the list of things I'm not to do for anyone, and under any circumstances. What is it you need? I've never even been in there myself.
I don't know, but if I know Father, and I think I do, he's got to have something of hers in there. Of Mother's. She still doesn't get it, doesn't believe me about him, and I said I'd prove it, that he cares for her.
All right, slow down, I understand. Look, this can get me in a lot of trouble like you've no idea. And not just me, so be careful and be quick while he's still out. Take this and go. Don't leave anything there out of place, all right?
Thank you. No, can't go this way just yet.
Excuse me, I've got work to do.
I became so enthralled with song once more, my friend, that I have been inspired to compose another one. For old time's sake, perhaps.
This is amazing, mate. You sing quite beautifully with or without your muse.
How kind of you, although my voice is nothing but the crunch of gravel underfoot compared to hers, which soars as though on wings.
You reached the surface.
I would do anything for just one glimpse of Aphrodite, cause of death, dehydration.
Nyx, my mother was quite concerned to learn Olympus has been aiding me. Haven't you put her in danger by involving them? Was there no other way?
No, there was not. She has been in danger all along. I concealed her, yes, even from me. But it is not enough. I do not think that you could have found her without the Olympians. And if I did not reveal your existence to them, if they discovered who you are,
it would be worse.
Ugh, what a mess. How are we going to fix this?
The Olympians maintain belief that you are trying to reach them. I trust we can sustain this understanding for a long, long time. Perhaps not forever, but long enough to discover a solution. Perhaps with your birth mother's help.
Got you some more of that contraband you like. Don't suppose I could help you put it away or anything?
Look at me, Zach. You think that all these gifts will make things go back to the way they were? They won't. It isn't possible. We may be immortals, but we're older now.
I'd hope we're wiser, too.
The stoic lord and master of the house possesses wealth beyond imagining, a portion of which he has used for a crisp set of attire for every passing day.
It's the same thing.
I knew it. It's just capes.
In his Lord Father's very private chambers, Zagreus, the lock-removing prince, discovers a most delicately painted likeness of none other than Persephone herself. A coat of dust suggests it has remained here for some time.
He's never stopped thinking of her. Ugh, what a fool.
Hey, that's my adamant arrowhead on you. Normally it's for killing things, but in your case it makes it even easier for me to hunt you down, even in the dark. Now that I found you, here.
Well then.
You extend an offering to the Olympians. For a fleeting instant, it appears as though they are able to hear your prayer. Or so I have observed. How interesting that your thoughts are capable of breaking free, yet you cannot.
Poor Demeter, young man. I still wonder what became of her fair daughter. Ran away with mortals there, perhaps. Some of the tales even more preposterous. Don't go believing everything you hear. And do be sensitive about the subject, Demeter, she's been through quite enough.
Don't lose heart now, little godling. I won't have you giving up before you get to see me in the flesh among the gardens of Olympus here.
My blessing isn't good enough for you. Is that the way of it, young man? How impetuous of you. Oh, I never. Now, no need to hold such grudges any longer, I suppose. But you just mind yourself around your Uncle Zeus.
Hello, Fury Sisters.
My God.
You ready, Megara? Persephone? Let's go.
You'd think that once you break free to the surface, we could see you from Olympus a bit more than usual, but no, it's like you're shrouded in eternal night up here. Something like that. Odd, right?
I see you have the Lady Aphrodite's blessing there already. Love and death together hand in hand. Sounds most agreeable to me.
My Lady Aphrodite, if not for our acquaintance, I'm certain that my days or nights would be much drearier indeed.
Yeah, flirt with her.
Why, dearest, such a wonderfully thoughtful gift for me. I love it, and I would be lying if I said you shouldn't have.
Did I detect some hesitancy on your part just then? Perhaps you knew that you were making a mistake. No matter, you'll learn now.
Right.
It is not often I attempt to kill someone and they survive. Bravo. Our score is settled up for now, so let us carry on as friends.
Time for the main event.
Try as you might, monster, you shall not shake either my own resolve or that of my dear friend.
Been waiting long?
Don't care. Wait all day, old man.
Why? Why do you keep showing up? In spite of knowing that the outcome shall be just the same as how it always was.
Beats having to toil away under your overbearing supervision. Besides, as you may be aware, I've recently made up my mind to leave this place.
Yeah, utterly incorrigible. When next we meet here, then we'll keep it brief. I've grown weary of our aimless conversations. Now prepare.
See, I didn't even lose a health this time.
Vanquished again by my own fool kin. Blast.
Go home.
See you at home.
Not any more shiny stuff.
Of everything down in that gloomy house, I miss old Cerberus the most, I think. But I miss other things as well. The lack of light was gentler on my skin, not being as cold. And Nyx and her young sons. It was all very odd, but...
Mother, in Father's bedchambers. Mind you, there's almost nothing there, just neatly sorted rows of all his samey capes. But on his nightstand is a portrait of you, wearing a regal crown of red laurels. A queen. His queen.
I was fitted for those garments when I first arrived. They were not my customary style. So Hades has a portrait of me still. Why would he put it back on display now?
No, he's never let anybody in his bedchambers. I broke in, don't you see? He didn't put your portrait back on display. It's always been there, ever since you left. So, Mother, why do you suppose he would do that?
Because he loves me still. Is that what you want me to say?
Have you ever loved him yourself?
All I really wanted was to leave Olympus. I didn't exactly abscond. I doubt I had much of a choice, but I went willingly. Perhaps Zeus knew how I felt, and thought he was doing me a favor. As for Hades, I grew to love him, yes. He always gave me my space.
Won't you please talk to him? Or visit Cerberus again, or Nyx? As for Olympus, surely all of you can figure something out.
I just don't know, my son. Olympus is behind me. And the underworld. I cannot imagine I would be very welcome there after all this time.
But you are the queen.
I was just resting my eyes. You won't tell anybody, right?
Nah, that'll be nice.
Miss Dusa, I wanted to cordially invite you to an outing in the lounge. Remember when you asked me about a drink?
Oh, really? What, you mean right now? I guess I'm overdue to take a break. And, well, since I don't exactly fit the mold of your traditional Gorgon, I mean, I have no body, for example. I had trouble finding work. That is until Lord Hades took me in, and then I met you, and, well, I just love this job.
Oh, I can definitely relate to at least some of that.
Thanks, Your Highness. Prince Zagreus.
Bye for now. Question for you, Father. The name Kore happen to mean anything to you by any chance?
What? Where did you... Ah, the cold witch brought it up, did she? Never repeat that name again. Not here, nor anywhere, you hear me, boy? Know only this. The one called by that name despised it even more than I.
So let's see. Demeter's daughter went missing. She wound up down here. I happened. Mother left. Demeter and everyone else on Olympus apparently has no idea. That about right? Tell me what happened.
I'll tell you nothing. Keep meddling in matters that you cannot understand, and you'll incur the wrath of Olympus on all that you hold dear. And know that it is not for my sake that I'm warning you.
You can't hide the truth forever. Hey, Orpheus, I take it you know all about the time I burned my father's hands to a crisp the moment I was born? He grasped me by the feet, and they caught fire. And that's why he still wears those fancy rings, to cover up the hideous scar tissue.
But that is such a splendid tale, Zagreus, deserving to be sung both far and wide until it turns into the stuff of myth, as deathless as the gods themselves. I'll gladly tell that one about.
Great. Father loved her, didn't he? Mother, I mean. Faith like that. He's just stubborn enough to hold on to the idea of her, isn't he? Though what she saw in him, I'm not sure.
Your father was different with Persephone, to some extent. He has always been as you know him, yet her lightness, it affected even him, I think. And he knows that he was better with her than without.
Sounds like a lot of pressure on Mother to fix all his failings. But it sounds as though she cared for him as well. And you and Cerberus. She said she misses you.
She did she?
What are you doing here? I heard you finally made it out. What, did you break out of here only to die in some pathetic way on the surface?
Long story, but yeah. Boils down to what you said, more or less.
So you're going back out there again. Well, it's your business, not mine. For your sake, I hope it's worth it.
Now, are you being serious here, pal? You brought that all this way for little old me? That's real nice of you.
You're not so bad yourself, mate. Thanks for always being here for me to savagely attack without a second thought.
Hey, hold a moment, Zagreus. I could have sworn you were so close before, but now you're back? Must have tripped up just when victory was close at hand. It happens all the time. We'll get you out of there, you'll see.
Keep following that heart of yours, dearest. It's good enough a guide, believe you me. Mine tells me you are going to succeed.
But you took care of Theseus down in Elysium of late there, Zag. Nice work. Never liked that one. Between us. There's this nice lass helped him out one time, and he just dumped her rotten. I don't like that, man.
Lady Aphrodite, I'm afraid there really isn't much here worthy of you, but perhaps this can suffice.
My, but if this isn't such a treasure to behold, and I accept it as a sign of your affection. Of something even more, perhaps?
You read my mind, hon. I go through this stuff awful fast sometimes.
And I, in turn, shall go through your incredible cooking awful fast, given the opportunity.
What'd he say, hun? I mean about the song. Bet he loved it, didn't he? But I don't know for sure, and I've been wondering. Kind of a lot, I guess.
No need to wonder any longer. He sings it beautifully around the house sometimes. It has a sadder sound to it than when you sing, but you've inspired him again. As you've done many times before, from what I know.
Huh, so it's a hit is what you're saying then. I had a feeling about that one. Sometimes you put some words together, and right then and there you know you've got something special. Freshly made.
Not that I really know exactly what you're up to, cuz, but if I did, I don't think anybody in Olympus is aware of it. Or, if they are, they're keeping their mouths shut, the same as me.
You traveled rather far down there since last we met, my kin. And that means you have dealt incalculable death. I must commend you thus.
It is not unexpected that you consorted with the violent Ares and now bear his boon. He still worships me, you know. Yet I would say he does not know me very well.
Let us clash here again before you face the champion. We never will allow you through without a fight.
You're nothing like Theseus. Why go along with everything he says and does? You're your own man. And bull.
King Theseus slew me in life, and saved me in death. I was cast into Erebus, a monster. He found me when he died, and used his influence to bring me here with him.
That's nice of him and all, but sounds like you're even to me, seeing as he killed you in the first place.
No, we're not. And I will fight for him and alongside him for eternity, as recompense for helping me to understand exactly who I am.
You wouldn't hang with me given the choice? I thought I had you sorted, man, but maybe you just don't appreciate the finer things. Hey, now, that was quite a sight. I gotta hand it to you, man, and you deserve this. Here.
You owe me neither time nor generosity, and certainly not this. But if you truly have no better use for it...
It's not a matter of oh, sir. Please open your mind to the possibility, nay, the fact that there are those who care about your well-being. You ever want to travel past this glade, sir? Elysium in all its splendors. There's a lot to see. Sure you're all right?
I'm sure enough, stranger. I traveled far and wide whilst I drew breath. That got me rid of any wanderlust. This little corner suits me well, I think. I have the statue there, the river. It's quite nice. There. Now leave me be.
A challenger! If you seek a swift and righteous death, you fiend, you've come to the right place.
You still don't understand.
I'm about to beat it into you.
I have done virtually everything within my power to prevent this. All of it. For nothing. The Fates were not content to saddle me within the earth. They mock me still.
Maybe they just think you're in the wrong, and that you're an obstinate, overbearing, and miserable excuse for a husband and father. Don't you understand I'm trying to fix the problems you caused, since you're so unwilling to do it yourself?
You're right. I was unwilling. I made my choices in all this. I loved her, yes. I loved her terribly. But now, it seems I'm merely delaying the inevitable. Go then. Go to her. But should harm befall her, I shall bring my worst wrath upon whomever is to blame, including you.
What? You're letting me go just like that? You're just afraid of getting struck down again. You're serious?
Go. Before I reconsider.
What? The hell? That is me, the greatness, the McCrackalackle, just imposing my devastation and fear into his
Goodbye,
heart.
Father. Mother, wait. What is all this?
Oh, Zagreus, I almost missed you. Truthfully, I hoped that I could make it a surprise.
Make what a surprise?
My arrival. I'm going. To your home. To Cerberus, Nyx, your father.
You're... really? Mother, you're serious?
I am. Now, if you could just help me pack up my remaining things. Only a few loose odds I'm bringing, just in case. If we hurry, maybe you could join me, rather than return the customary way. Not something a mother ever wants to see.
Join you? But wait, how are you going to get back? I hadn't thought that far ahead.
Just so happens I know somebody who can give us a ride.
Charon?
Doubtless he has pressing matters to attend to. So let's not keep him waiting any longer, son. Come on, then.
I'm still alive. But how?
You're on the River Styx. No longer in the mortal realm entirely.
I can't believe that this is happening.
I know. My heart is racing. Nothing like a river journey to remind oneself that there's no turning back.
Seriously. Though, even after all of this, it's like we only just met. I have so many questions for you still.
We'll have plenty of time for them, I think. For now, best we keep quiet. Pretend we're just a couple of dead souls on their final voyage.
Wait, isn't this Eurydice and Orpheus?
Snow everywhere. Mother.
I didn't see Eurydice here. I marked this. Uh-oh. They got angry? I like that background music. I'll get a copyright strike or something. Evanescence or one of them kind of bands. Additional 3D modeling, Hans Christian Andersen. Spelled different, but it's pretty cool that it has that name. Wolfgang Ingold. Gara Avalon Penrose. I like her voice. I have to look at these. Serious. His is cool. After I induced the same person, I wouldn't imagine that. Abbey Road Studios. Studio 2, that's cool. I hope everybody knows that's for the Beatles. The Unseen One's guitar solos. Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch this whole thing. Just, I don't know. Community contributors. I wonder if that it says Prince. Is he still alive? I think the Prince, isn't it? Beta testers. I'd like to get a beta test sometime in these games. I've watched a few YouTubers that, you know, they've provided feedback and they put little cameo shots of them in it, or their name or whatever. That's kind of neat. Get some sort of credit within the game itself. Don't recognize names. But it's kind of neat to give people acknowledgement when they're helpful like that. Their name dedications. Supergiant Games. They got a sequel to this. Came out last year, 2024.
we're here.
We're here.
This is embarrassing, but I don't know the way to get back in. Except, you know, the customary way.
That's quite all right. I do. In the name of Persephone the Queen, open the gates!
Hell yeah. I think it's Zagreus the Prince. I wonder if that'll do it.
I spent many days tending this
Family
garden.
secret, trophy earned.
Or nights? Quite difficult to tell the time here. But it's held on longer than I would have expected.
I wonder about that garden.
Cerberus?
Persephone,
Cerberus, I missed you so.
Blew him off.
And dutiful as ever, aren't you?
I'm sorry. Know that I am sorry.
Hades, you look tired. Though I am not the only one you ought to be apologizing to.
I know. I know why. Why have you returned? If Olympus, if your mother discovers what happened, not even Zeus, not even he could stop what would transpire here.
Oh, I have a thought or two about how we can settle that. Though I shall need for you and Zagreus to cooperate with me on a solution. Or, if you'd rather, I could just return the way I came.
A solution? What, do you intend to have them over for ambrosia? Not even you can fix a broken family, Persephone.
Give her a chance, jerk.
You're right, Hades. I can't. Certainly not by myself. So are you going to help me or what?
I would do anything that you would ask of me.
Then first, talk to your son.
Zagreus, you have already met Persephone, our queen. I expect for you to show deference to her at all times.
Don't think that's what she had in mind, dude.
Wow, Father, you called me by my name. What is this strange sensation that I feel? Perhaps it's this deference of which you speak.
Oh, stop it, both of you! Don't make me regret this, Hades. Speak honestly with him. About yourself, not me. Go on.
Yes, Zagreus. I know there have been times when I've let my mood reflect on you. I showed very little patience. Questioned your judgment, often when my own was flawed. Thus, I apologize to you, my son. I have no excuses, and I ask no forgiveness.
What about the part where you lied to me about Mother? Do you apologize for that? Your foul moods and venting them on me. I've long since come to expect that from you, and I resented you for it. But I always thought you're honest.
Your mother did not come here willingly when we originally met. When she left, believing you were stillborn, her decision was final. I believed that she was better off without the lot of us, Olympus included. Deceiving both of you. It tore against my being, but it needed to be done.
Well, you didn't need to vent all that inner turmoil onto me throughout my life. Though, I think I understand. I only wish I could have understood sooner. So, what now? I've grown so used to ransacking your domain, I think I'm really going to miss it.
About that. Your ransacking revealed many flaws in our security. The types that never get into reports. Our reputation rides on there being no escape from here. Would you keep trying to break free? Not for my sake, but for this realm. For the Queen.
Zagreus, if you keep fighting out of here, It shall help keep appearances that everything is as it always was.
Question, Father. Let's say I accept. When next I reach the surface, is it still going to be you waiting up there?
Ah, boy. If you think for an instant that I shall go easier on you because of this, you'll soon learn otherwise.
So I just battle to the surface and repeatedly kill my own father, then?
You have it half correct.
Perhaps you'll also tend to my little cottage while you're in the area. The garden doesn't take much care at all. I'd like to keep the place in decent shape, in case I cannot suffer this for long.
Well, I guess I'll see what I can do.
Just do the best you can. And clearly I've work to do as well. We have a lot of it ahead of us, I'd say. So, shall we get started then?
Yep.
Thus was Hades, feared ruler of the dead, reunited with his long-lost bride, Persephone, the queen. And together with their firstborn son, Prince Zagreus, they would go on to reign eternally beneath the earth, in relative harmony. The queen's return marked an occasion of enthusiastic joy, so much as possible in that dark, gloom-filled realm of the dead. And even after all this time, Olympus never did discover what transpired there, in the underworld.
After all this time, it's only been a few days. But it's been good. Mother and father are back together, made some new friends, got this fancy painting. Easy. All is well in the underworld. I can't entirely get used to seeing us together like this.
Anything new? Nope.
The Queen is back. You did it, lad. You must have lots of catching up to do. Or patching up. And I'm to understand that your escape attempts, they are officially approved, isn't that so?
That's so indeed, sir. Especially for now, at least. I'm going to keep on fighting to the surface. Helps me to vent a bit, and like Hypno says, it makes the underworld a better place. Though indirectly, I suppose.
Well, then I look forward to working with you in a more formal capacity. And it is my sincerest hope that you, your mother, and your father learn to get on better with each other now.
Yeah, I hope so.
Thank you. It's mine as well.
Prince, so is it really true then that you're staying and that you'll be working here officially, I guess?
Well, when you put it that way, yes, I guess it is. We're going to try and make it work like this for now.
Well, you know what that means, don't you? We're official co-workers now. Isn't that so exciting? We can share our latest learnings, compare notes about the challenges we're up against, run into one another in the hall.
Do so. We've been doing everything you said this entire time.
But it is not the same. The entire feel of it's completely different now. You'll see. So, okay, bye!
Get that little tooth.
Bye.
Huh? Hey, did you see? The Queen's come back! Though did she ever take her sweet time?
Hey, watch it, Hypnos. That's my mother you're talking about.
What, really? Huh. So then your mom doesn't spend any time with you either. We've got something in common.
We don't. How has it been for you so far, Mother? Reacclimating to all this? You said before it was a struggle. Must be very strange being back. Being in darkness all the time.
You know, I think it's gone all right so far. Thank you for asking, son. Everyone has been quite welcoming. The darkness is a pleasant change of pace. And while the stress can be a little difficult to move in, I quite like it.
That's good to hear. I have to admit I was a little worried you'd be desperate to return to your cottage by now. This place can be a little much.
I'm sure it can. And I do miss my little cottage here and there, but I think I'm through running away. There may be times when it is necessary, of course. But no matter how far you run, it doesn't make your problems go away. You taught me that, you know?
I did, but I tried desperately to run away myself. Oh. Mother, was it always custom in Father's house to secretly give nectar to those you care about? I guess it also could have been a thing on Olympus. Look, I wanted you to have this. I'm so glad I found you.
Oh, Zagreus, you're so thoughtful, truly. Your father never permitted nectar out in the open, so I'd practically forgotten its savor. Though, just a moment. I have something for you, too.
Well, look at you, boy. Never seen you quite so perky, relatively speaking, of course. Big, tough guy like yourself. You must have missed Mother just as much as she missed you. Well, you've got plenty of time for catching up on things now.
The monstrous triple-headed beast of Hades would perhaps be overcome with pure emotion by the joyous circumstances, were he only capable of this.
Looks happy.
How dare you, sir? Greetings, Father. So, I can just head on out there again whenever I want. Don't need to stick to any rigid schedule.
Your unpredictability is one of your assets. Our defenses must always be on guard. So yes, go about your business as you best see fit.
And the Olympians are going to keep helping me, thinking I'm trying to get away from you to them. I can't keep this up with them forever, you know.
I do. Your mother, the Queen, is working on that.
Say, Orpheus, I heard what must have been a song of yours. It went something something in the blood. You know that one? It was amazing, mate.
Oh, that one, yes, I know. I mean, it was a favorite, I was told, by those who listened to the music I created with my muse. It was a most productive time back when we were alive.
Would you ever sing it again?
I shall give it some thought, I think.
Ah. Persephone, the Queen. She has returned. I scarce believe it, child. You have brought her back. To all of us.
I scarce believe it too. What happens now? Pick up the pieces and begin again.
Together, let us find out.
Sounds good.
Just so I understand. Breaking through everything in your path, taking resources from your father's realm, trying to get through me. All officially part of the job description.
I guess that's right. But before you ask, I'm not doing it for him.
I didn't think you'd have it in you to leave this place for good. But I didn't think you'd take responsibility for anything either. Anyway, we'll just have to kill each other more officially, I guess.
We'll make it official, all right.
The visage of the goddess Aphrodite now adorns the prince's bedchambers, perhaps to provide consolation after when next he dies.
Aphrodite herself. Wonder if I could get this signed.
A massive set of weights, positioned carefully in line of sight of any visitors, shall doubtless make them think the prince is stronger and in better shape than in reality.
I get lots of exercise, okay?
Let me go back and check the garden out.
It's nice here.
The garden of Persephone the Queen, off limits to the prince throughout his life, now is laid bare to him at last in all its splendor.
Not like Mother's cottage, but not bad.
What's the good word? You know, pal, when you're not around and it's just me and all your weapons, I mean your infernal arms right over there, between us, they are making me a bit uncomfortable.
Can't blame you, mate. I wouldn't want to be stuck in a chamber with a bunch of legendary, quite possibly malevolent killing artifacts. Anything I can do?
Oh, I didn't mean it like a bad thing, boyo. The weirder you make those things, the more it gives me the shakes and keeps me hopping like this nice and steady till the next time you get back. So thanks.
Sure.